Now let's go straight to lesson 3. We are doing our web project. Lesson 3 is now debugging. And when you open these notes here, we are going to see that we are going to create a debug launch profile. That is a launch.json file. You are probably already wondering if there is an easier way to run server and test an app without typing python manage.py run server each time. Fortunately, there is. What to do, you create a customized launch profile in VS Code, which is also used to do the inevitable work of debugging or testing your project. So our first step here is to open the project as usual using Visual Studio. As we said, you are going to be using Visual Studio in everything that you are going to do. So you right click on the project and then open with Visual Studio Code. Then you will switch to run. Run is there at the top menu bar of the Visual Studio Code. You will see start debugging there. Then you are switching to run view, and then you using the left side activity bar or F5. These ones work the same. You can click that button over there, or you can do F5 or you control shift. So when you click that button there, you're going to see the run and debug and then create a launch.json file there. So you'll see that message there in blue. Create that one to customize, run and debug. Create a launch and JSON file. That one you can see it there. This means you don't have a launch.json file containing the debugging configurations, and then Visual Studio Code can create that one for you. If you click on the link, the great launch.json file, if you click that one, then Visual Studio is going to do that for you. So select the link, click the link, and then Visual Code will prompt for a debug configuration. Select Django from the drop down. Select Django from the drop down, and the VS Code will populate a new launch.json file for you to run the. When you click here, it's going to show you options there. When you're going to choose Python, we are using Python in this project. Then you choose Django. The next step, you choose Django. It's going to open that code there. This is the launch.json profile that you have, file that you have. So it contains those configurations where we have the name of the project, type, request, what you are going to request from the project. When you click that button, then the program that is going to be run by server. So this configuration tells VS Code to run that workspace folder, manage.py, using select Python interpreter and the arguments in the arguments list. So this one means that this is the path to the program, the workspace folder, the program, where the program is, and then you are going to command the Python to run manage.py. So make sure you select Python interpreter in the command, in the view command palette, Python select interpreter. This one is here, view command palette, Python select interpreter. If you don't do this, and then when you are selecting, you choose global. Most cases you will see recommended. If global doesn't work for you, you can choose the recommended one. For me, I'm choosing global. It depends on how you install the Python in your computer. So if you don't, if you miss that step there, this configuration is not going to work. So make sure you don't miss that. If you miss it, you'll get an error. Couldn't import Django. That does not mean that you have not installed Django or you have not imported Django. It's just that you did not choose the interpreter. Now launch the VS Code debug using this configuration, then is the same as typing python manage.py run server. So when you're using this one, this is a shortcut. When Django is true, this one is going to run server and also do debugging. Debugging is testing where there are errors in your program. Remember, this one is not like the python manage.py, which is just going to run. This one might not run if you have an error in your project, because it's also doing a debugging process. So true entry tells you that VS Code is the enable debugging of the page templates, which you see in this tutorial. Now test the configuration by selecting run start debugging. You're testing, or you click that button there and then you click that one there, start debugging. Then it's going to show you if it is already working correctly. So you look at this, you have variable there, you have watch, and then you have call stack. Then on this other hand, terminal is loading, so it's running server. It's telling the project to run server. So it takes some time because it's also doing some debugging procedures. So but at the end of it, you'll see all that. Then you'll see it has run the server for you and generated the address that is required for you to open your website locally in your browser. So you can also do this by clicking F5. So when you click that address, or you copy it to your browser, you're going to see your website just the way we did in the last lesson. When we ran server, we copied the address and pasted it in our browser, and then because the server is already running, the website will definitely open regardless of which browser you are using. So you see my website was just hello world. I did not code so much. I just wrote a simple code, which is that the heading one, which I put there, showing that that is a simple code that I typed in my previous lesson, the HTML file that I typed, and main template home.html. That is the code that is going to be displayed there. So we have not put so much code in our website, so you're not going to see so many things there. So you just close the browser and stop the debug when you are finished. To stop the debug, you can just click stop debugging, and then you want to start it, you will just click run start debugging, or you click the icon at the left and it's going to show you, it's going to start debugging automatically. And that is, now you can see run start at the any time, which is also meaning that when you click there, it's automatically going to run server for you. That is our lesson. Lesson 3 is as simple as that. If you have any questions, you can just comment below here, and I will clarify for you. This is just a short lesson that we have done. Now we are going back to our project in lesson 4. This is just to show you that you can run server by just clicking a button there. Instead of typing python manage.py run server every time, click a button there.